it's not about prayers. It's first finding that connection. Where is that where's that plug? Socket. Where's that socket where I want to plug in? It is from within. Number one. Number two, you have to know that to connect to the spiritual realms, connecting to the spiritual realms, you cannot connect to the spiritual realm with all. So connecting to the spiritual realms, you have to know that number one, it is from within. Therefore, you cannot pray outside, pray to anything outside of yourself. The spiritual realm cannot be defined by any earthly concept. The reason I'm saying this is because all concepts you know, all concepts you have, the highest concept of spirituality you know, you have perceived them in the physicality. You perceive them through the 5 physical senses. Either you saw somewhere, you heard somewhere. The 5 physical senses are only made to perceive things of physicality, to perceive things of flesh and of carnal. The 5 physical senses. The 5 physical senses cannot and are not able to perceive anything of spiritual realm. Anything of spiritual realms, it can, the 5 physical senses, which is nose, which is smell, taste, sight, sound, and touch, they can never perceive of anything of spiritual realm. They can only perceive things of the physical realm. These 5 physical senses which you think they are making you intelligent, they are not. Because right now, you know not of anything which is happening from your skin going within you, to your bones, to your intestines and everything. Your 5 senses knows nothing. Your physical mind knows nothing. You don't know even what is happening within you. That is how rudimentary the physical mind is, because the physical mind is what controls the 5 senses. To tap into the spiritual realms, you cannot have any concept. Ruth, you cannot have any concept. Not a concept like thinking about Jesus. To tap in the spiritual realm, it doesn't have concept, because all concepts are of physicality, of the physical mind. There's no outside from your skin going out. There is no concept which is spiritual. They are all physical concepts. If the connection or the bridge is within yourself, you just have to be. Ruth, it is just to be. How do I do it? It is just to be. Not to be this or that, just to be. Not even being attached to your name, just to be, without any concept, without any languages, without any forms, without any ideas, just being with the breath, because that which breathes is what is connecting you to the spiritual realm, to be within your breath, and with your breath, just to be and know. There is something called the knowing. Knowing, this what we call as the knowing, is never taught to anyone. It is never taught. All things you have been taught here outside, they are not knowledge.
So how does that manifest into the physical? Because
I will let you know. I'm also coming there.
okay.
Knowing comes from within. Knowledge comes from within. Knowledge comes from within. Therefore, in that being with your breath, in your breath, with the knowing, this knowing comes from within. Let me tell you one thing. This knowing can never be connected to any physical concept or idea. The knowing is not connected to anything because there's no concept. When you are being told, just be still and know, this knowing is not connected to any physical aspect or identity or idea, because it is, the knowing is something spiritual, and it has no concept available in the physical realm. The knowing, when God says, be still and know that I am God, that knowing, you being with your breath, in that knowing, know what? When he says, and know that I'm God, that knowing, you just be, when you are in the breath, you just know. Know what? Just know. Do not connect or attach this knowing to any concept or any idea. Do not connect it to anything. Just be and know that. Just be and know that. This is what is going to manifest outside of you. This is what is going to manifest. Let me tell you one thing. You could be passing through a financial situation, crisis. You could be having a problem with your son or member of family. This is what you have to know. Right now, where you are, there is no entity there. There is nothing. It's only your cloth. There is nothing called financial situation or crisis which is touching even your skin right now. Right now, you are alone there. There is no any member of your family touching you right now. But you are experiencing them right now. Let me tell you one thing. You are not experiencing them. You are experiencing yourself. You are experiencing your own emotions. You are experiencing your own inner turmoils. Ruth, there's nothing you are experiencing out of your life. It's because you are giving them attention. You are giving them attention, not getting attached to them. You are busy giving them attention, denying them that they are already existing. You denying them, then they are immediately you deny out something outside here. It creates the emotions which you are feeling right now. The emotions of lack, the emotions of my family member is this and that. You are feeling, you are experiencing because you are in denial. Ruth, you can never deny anything outside here. When God is said to be omnipresent, it means that God can never be absent. If God is said to be omnipresent, it is the presence that lacks any form of absence. This is what you have to know. You can never deny anything outside here. You can never be attached to anything outside of yourself. Yours is to acknowledge. Immediately you get attached to something, it means you are denying the opposite of what you have gotten attached to. Automatically, you are denying the opposite of that. Immediately, you are denying that one. The first one is when you get attached. This one, immediately you denying something outside here. It means that the opposite of that, you have also denied. Everything here. We are in a polarized universe. Everything comes in two faces. Everything comes like a coin with two faces. Immediately you are denying something outside here because it does not favor you. Immediately you are denying something outside here. The opposite of that which you are denying outside here does not exist. This is what you have to know.
So if I accept it, how will it change?
You are not supposed to accept that or embrace that.
What am I supposed to do?
You are supposed to acknowledge. To acknowledge is to become to peace with that situation, to become to peace with that person, not peace like you forgiving, like you forgive one another, if you can forgive one another, and you can become to peace. Peace, that peace that you, yes, they are this, they are who they are, I am at peace with this, I'm not triggered, this guy is perfect as he is, and I claim the God in him. I claim the God in him, you. If it's your son, to your son, I claim the God in him. Let me tell you one thing. This is what your own Bibles tell you. Whosoever shall call the name of the Lord shall be saved. Whosoever. No matter who you are, whosoever. Ruth, claim the God in that and know.
Without praying, as we are used to praying.
Listen, stop dramatizing. Stop dramatizing God. God is not complicated. God is simplicity, because where you are, God is. There's nothing in your body that God is not. God is omnipresent. He can never be absent anywhere. To the air you're breathing, just be and claim that. Acknowledge, yes, this exists. That which exists is not, can never be non-existent. It already exists. Immediately something exists, it's within God. Is that omnipresence? Is within God. It can never be denied. Ruth, immediately anything is happening outside here. It is within God, it is divine. That's why your own Bible reminds you that everything works for the highest good for those who believe in God.
So it's like going through life in motion. You just acknowledge everything and
Exactly. You are not experiencing anything outside of your skin, Ruth. You let me tell you one thing. I know you can think like you with your physical, the rational mind, physical mind. I'm telling you, nobody has experienced anything outside of their skin. Nobody, anything. Ruth, you are not seeing anything. You are experiencing your eyes, reflection in your eyes, reflection of light. You are not tasting the food. You are experiencing your own buds on your tongue. You are not hearing anything. They are your eardrums vibrating within you.
now I don't know. I don't understand. Okay, I understand,
Let me
but
tell
I
you.
don't see how.
I know you are. I know. Let me tell you one thing. It's like too heavy. I know. It is like too heavy. Ruth, I understand and I feel you. But this is what I want you to know. This is.
So I just do that and things.
Let me tell you one thing. It's not
Mm.
even doing. Don't do it. Ruth, don't do it. Don't. Let me tell you one thing. There is this. The universe is in perfect divine order. The universe is in perfect divine order. Don't push, don't pull anything. Become that. Just become that. Ruth, become that. Forgiving outside here, knowing that everybody outside here is perfect the way they are, and everything else unfolding is perfect as it is, acknowledging everything and claiming God in everything. Ruth, do not do it like your practice. Become that from this moment.
So meaning I should not maybe I should not think of a better life, a better situation for myself.
No, you can think. You can think. Let me tell you, the future. This is how the future is manipulated. Through the acknowledgement. Through the acknowledgement of the present. Whatever is unfolding in the present moment should first be acknowledged, because it's already in existence. Existence is what God is. You are.
Yes, I've understood acknowledging the present, but how do I?
Your future. Let me tell you one thing. Your future, let me tell you, your future is not the future to come. Your future is being molded by your each and every present moment. Your next moment is being shaped by this present moment. I'm telling you, it is becoming. It is becoming emotionally becoming. It is within you emotionally, not any concept here. It is becoming that. Let me tell you, you want somebody to change outside here, you claiming and you knowing. Claiming and knowing that all that.
How do I claim it?
That
How do I claim it? Because you're saying just be present, acknowledge it. So how do I claim it?
let me tell you, when I'm telling you to just be, when you are being told just be, it's not that you are not to do anything. Just being, it is participating and doing everything. But in that participation, you participating without bias, like trying to have judgment. This is going to work. I'm going participating on how you are supposed to participate. Just being, to be yourself. In short, to be yourself, the human you are. Like you don't identify anything outside here with what it has been said. Just be, and be yourself. Because everything here, everything you are experiencing outside here is because of the identity it was given. So your judgment is you making you experiencing that. Just being is just, listen, how can I put it? Like,
explain in a practical way.
It is this one is very easy. The state of being, to us humanity, is very complicated because we are not used to this. And this state of being is not your thoughts, your thoughts, make them your thoughts. But when you are making that future, you want to create that future. That future is not about you thinking on your future, but what you are planning to do on your future, how you want your future to become. It's not you planning how your future. It is you feeling or becoming. It's you feeling or becoming that emotion. It is you becoming. It is you becoming everything. It's an emotion becoming. Energy in motion. Emotion. It is becoming anything is emotion. When you are told just be, is like, it's like the renewal of the mind, where the mind is biased. When you have put it under arrest, and then you become master over it. When you are told to just be, is actually the state of being is being present to whatever you are doing, at the same time being present with your breath. That is the very simple way. Whatever you are doing, be present with what you are doing. Do whatever you are doing, and at the same time you are present with your breath. At the same time, and everything. Even if you're watching a television, be present watching there and be present with your breath. When you are cooking, be present. You be present with whatever you are doing.
Being present with my breath means I pay attention to it. or what does that mean?
Exactly. You are in.
By
You are
breathing in
each.
and out.
You are in each. You are present with it. Don't try like you are breathing. Just be there, knowing that yes, I'm breathing. Not counting, but I am aware. I am aware. And like when you are breathing and you are doing you just remind yourself that I am aware. Just make it like a practice of reminding yourself, I am aware. Just being, and you are, when you want to plan your future, you just be with your breath and be with that, those whatever you want to project in your imaginations, how your future you want it to be present with your yet I am aware of my breath, and be aware of what you want to experience. Be that, feel that which you want to experience. Feeling is becoming, Ruth. Feeling is becoming. It's not the physical mind thinking, it is the feeling that becomes. It's not the physical mind thought, it is the feeling that becomes. Ruth, when you are told that you are a spiritual being, that humanity is a dimensional being, that spiritual part which you are being told is your emotional part. Your emotional part.
So you mentioned something about generational curses and all that. How am I supposed to know then if what I'm going through is a curse or whatever?
Let me tell you one thing.
I'm not good.
Let me tell you one thing. 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 I'm telling you, Ruth, do not complicate God. When you complicate God, God becomes complicated. Where you put God is where God stays. When you dump God, God dumps you back. This one you have to know. When I'm telling you, be in your breath and be in the knowing. Which knowing? Just the knowing that all that exists is God. Know what? Know that all exists is God, is that knowing. You cannot identify. Immediately you identify the knowing with this, then the knowing is not that. The knowing that all is God. Ruth, listen to me very carefully. Do not try to complicate God. Walk with the knowing that all is God. If there is a generational curse, if there is a witchcraft, if there is a negative generational negative energy within you, let me tell you one thing. Walk with the knowing that all is one. The knowing, Ruth, take this very important, very seriously. The knowing that everything is of God, within God, and if God is divine, everything outside here is divine and is going to work for your divine good. Ruth, let me tell you one thing. If there were generational curses, they will work for your divine good. Walk with the knowing. It is the knowing. When people are told in the Bible that be still and know that I am God, it's because it is the bringing everything into one, because only God exists. Everything exists within God. Outside of God exists nothing. The knowing that everything is of God is divine. Therefore, is going to work for my highest good. Therefore, is going to work for my highest divine good. Everything. Let me tell you, they will throw witchcraft to you. It is going to work to your highest good. Ruth, listen. Everything is within you. The knowing is within you. Emotionally, that no matter how this thing is trying to put me down, I know within me that it is within God. Because there's nothing God is not. There is nothing God is not, Ruth. God lacks nothing. When something is good, don't get attached to it. Because immediately you get attached to that good thing, you are denying the opposite of that. And if something is crazy here, acknowledge it. Don't deny it. Acknowledge it. Yes, it is painful. I acknowledge it, so it already exists. But within you, emotionally, you know, this God cannot be absent. There is a lot of darkness here. He seems absent, but he is omnipresent. Ruth. The omnipresence of God, Ruth, it is the presence that lacks any form of absence. There is nothing God is not. There is nothing God is not. Anything you deny outside here, you have denied God. The same thing which you have denied, you have to know. You deny outside here, you have to know the other face of it. You have also denied. You have denied everything. Everything you denied here, you have denied God. And God denies you back. The opposite of that, I am denying this financial situation. Let me tell you, the opposite of that is becoming the billionaire. It denies you too. Ruth, the opposite of that denies you too, because you have denied it already. It is a coin with two faces. I create light and darkness. I bring good and evil. I, the Lord God, doeth them all. The book of Isaiah 45:7. Ruth, there is nothing God is not. It does not need any concept, I'm telling you, to experience this God. It does not need any concept. It does not need any prayers. It does not need nothing. Ruth, it needs nothing. Just be present in whatever is unfolding every moment, with the knowing that all what is unfolding is of a God, and you claiming from within, feeling from within what you want to feel, what you want to become. Feeling is the becoming. Ruth, no one is experiencing anybody here. Everybody is experiencing their own negative emotions. No one is experiencing any financial situation here. You are experiencing your own emotions. No one is experiencing nothing outside here. You are experiencing your own emotions within. It is coming into balance to your inner body, your emotional body. becoming
we
into
experience
balance.
emotions
Huh?
because of the situation, the physical situation.
Let me tell you, you are experiencing emotions because of the physical experience. Huh? It's because the emotions comes from the identity you have given to that. That situation you are experiencing in the physicality, in the physical experience you are experiencing here, that moment it is not even touching your skin. The financial situation is not even touching your skin right now. It is the identity you have given to that to that experience. Nothing becomes that until you judge it and give it an identity as that. Then it becomes that. When Jesus said, "Do not judge and condemn, because by the same measure you judge, by the same measure you judge and condemn, you shall be judged." The financial situation is not a financial situation. It is nothing. Let me tell you, if I tell you right now to draw me how it looks like, it does not exist. When I ask you what color is it, you can't tell me the financial situation. You can't tell me. It does not exist. It is the state of your mind. The identity you have given that and the concepts you have given it to that. You are not experiencing anything. Those things you are calling the same things you are calling them as physical experiences here. You're saying that you are experiencing you are experiencing emotions because of physical experiences here. They are the physical experiences here which are triggering your emotions. Let me tell you, don't deceive yourself. Don't get deceived, and don't deceive somebody else. Let me tell you one thing. Nothing outside here is triggering anyone's emotions, because everything outside here is not touching anyone's skin, unless someone come and cut and slash you with the machete. But if something is not touching you here, let me tell you, you are not experiencing anything. Don't put it in the category of I'm experiencing this in the physical world, in this physical reality. If a razor blade cuts you, you have experienced it. It has cut your body. It has touched your body. If something is not touching your skin, even the next person, somebody seated next to the next seat after yours, if they are not touching you, and if they trigger you to become emotional in one way or another, let me tell you one thing. They are not touching you. It is what you have judged. The identity you have given is the same measure you are experiencing that. You are experiencing yourself. Everything outside here is a mirror. You cannot fix a mirror outside here. Fix the reflection. You understand me?
Yes, I understand you.
It is as simple as
You
that.
you said we don't have to pray. We doesn't need prayer. But the Bible says pray without ceasing. What does that mean?
Praying without ceasing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you one thing. Praying, actually the word prayer was put there to manipulate humanity. This is what the word prayer means. Praying is begging. Praying is asking. But let me answer your question, because I will be diverting to another subject. You are told to, like I told you not to pray.
Yeah, you say it doesn't mean need prayer, just need to be.
Let me tell you one thing. When you are, let's say you know, prayer, true prayer is the prayer which has no words. Number one. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you are told to stop making noises. True prayer is not of words. Do you know why? It is because these words, right now you are hearing them, they are things of physicality. You have to know that they are things of physicality. These things of physicality are against God, and they shall forever be against God. It is written in the Bible. Words. Number one, it should be silent. Number two, that which you seek, that which you want to pray to. Let me tell you one thing. It is not outside here. It is everything you see outside here is part of that. Everything you see outside here is part of that. But that which you are supposed to pray to is within yourself. That same bridge which connects you is within yourself. When I'm telling you, it's not about ceasing, you stopping praying. Like, it is when I'm telling you to be, because if it is your prayer, the prayer which you have to submit to God, it's emotionally. I'm telling you, emotions is what the spiritual part is you. The same way you go within through your emotions, from within. When you're praying, you have to go within of yourself. When you go within yourself without words, is that emotional part within. Silent is just to be. Cease ye not from praying. Just be. It should be something 24/7. Being present. Being at the present moment, each and every single moment. Be still and know. Being present and at each and every present. That is what praying is. Being in the present moment. That is what cease ye not from praying. Prayer is not of words, and it is that which you want to pray is within. It is to be. All these things you're seeing outside here, they're just dramas. It is very simple to experience God, but it is very hard. It is very hard, like right now, to you right now, I can feel you. You are this message, whatever I'm sharing with you is overwhelming you. Because it's because of the programs which we have been programmed on what God is, on how we can connect to God, and we were taught many things, but now when I'm trying to tell you that God is simplicity, it's like, no, to you still That program is like telling you, no, this one is just too simple. God, you can't, just like this, just being like this, it is too simple. There has to be this, there have to be some rituals, there have to be some ceremonies, there have to be some chantings. That is what, yeah, the simplest way, like if you are told just where you are, just be and be. And be what? And be. You say no, no, without speaking anything, without doing anything. How do I project it? How do I do it? Because we as humans, we have been programmed that unless there's something we can do, unless there is something we can do, I cannot just be. Like being nothing, just be. Umejibwaga tu hapo umeketi and you're just being, not without any taking note or just be. You can't be. That is actually, Ruth, that is the only thing which we are supposed to, humanity will be doing right now. Just be. When you tell someone just be, don't identify God with any aspect, any name or anything, just be. But when you tell someone you don't identify God to any, they think that no, I have to specify my God. There are many gods here. Just be one with the all, because the God is all what is. But to us, it has been programmed. Like, there has to be a concept. There has to be a ceremony. There has to be a prophet. There has to be a Messiah there. There has to be saints there and disciples there and some religion there and some religious holidays. And when he was born, when he died, he resurrected, he's coming back. And hey, these are all concepts. They are not your true knowing. The true knowing can never be taught through any concept outside here. That's why you just have to be.
Okay.
Let me finish by telling you this. We are always told that what resides within us is the Spirit of God. What resides within us is God. But you and I, we know that, yes, they are telling us that, but we are not even, and we do not accept, because we are not conscious of that. We are unconscious of the Spirit within us. That's why we cannot accept it, because we are unconscious about it. Meaning that to be something which we are unconscious about, it is something we know not about. That's why we are unconscious. But if we knew to where it was within us, we'll be always focusing there. But because we are unconscious about it, we know not about it. Anything that we know not about it, we have never come up with the concept about it. That which we know not about, we have never come up with the concept about it. Everything must be known first here. After it has been known, then everything first was known, then a concept was written. Yes, this is a car. This will be a wheel. This is a sufuria. It is known first, and then a concept is created to that. Something first is known. It is known. Something first we have to become conscious of. To know something. We outside here, we know something when we become conscious of. That which we are unconscious of, which we are told is within us, but we ask ourselves, is it true or is it not? We are unconscious of. That's why we can ask ourselves. We are unconscious of. We know not about it. Therefore, there's no known concept outside here. That is how simply God is. You don't have to know nothing, even your own name. You don't have to know nothing. That is how God is. You just have to be. Ruth, you just have to be. Period. And I stop there.